Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and in this video we're going to be previewing day 2 of the Ebor Festival at York. Before I get into the tips for tomorrow, I just want to apologise for no winners on the opening day. We had a couple of close calls. The first one that was probably the closest was Troubadour in the last race. That was very frustrating there because he just got touched off in the closing stages, but he still ran a valiant race to finish in second place in the end. It wasn't too bad from him considering he was one of the top weights in the race, and he pulled clear from the rest of the field, and he definitely looks like a nice horse going forward. Crystallation was the other close call we had. I think he just got to the front too early, and that really paid to his chances, and given the amount of weight of away he was to Japan, that was always going to be up against him, so I think you can forgive him that effort. Maybe as well York isn't his track. Blakeney Point came with a good run, looking like he might be there or thereabouts in the finish, but then towards the last couple of furlongs he started to lug left, and that really did pay to his chances, and in the end his effort just fizzled out. Gunmental in the first never got involved. Yorkshire Gold pulled too keenly in the opening stages, and Naif Road as well was very disappointing, didn't show anywhere near like his Goodwood form, and in the end it was very disappointing. But Logician does look a nice horse going forward. I don't think he looks very flashy. He doesn't look like a very fast horse, but I just think he's head and shoulders above everything else at this stage that we've seen for the Ledger. Obviously we don't know what horses are going to turn up in the Ledger, but you've got to think Logician will be on the short list to go there, and he definitely looks a nice prospect going forward. So that's how day 1 went for us. Hopefully we can turn it around tomorrow and have a few winners on the second day, and it all kicks off in the 155 tomorrow, the Group 2 Lothar Stakes for fillies. Now this race is often quite a good race going forward, and Liberty Beach is the favourite at the moment, but I'm going to be taking her on tomorrow with my selection called Under the Stars for James Tate and PJ McDonald. A 9-2 shot with bookmakers at the moment. It's 2 out of 2 from her career so far, and she picked up a Group 3 at Ascot last time out in the Princess Margaret Stakes on King George Day. She saw out the trip really well. She wasn't very well fancied on the day. She won the race at 25-1, but I think the trip for her will be no problem tomorrow, and she was doing all her best work late on, and I think Connections in Time do want to step her up in trip, so she's probably, I think, the horse for tomorrow, and for me at 9-2 I will be taking that as our opening bet of the day. We then go to the 225, a wide open race here, but I thought the favourite had to go very close. Show Me, 9-2 but makes at the moment, trained by Richard Fahey, and Paddy Mathers is booked for the ride. He had a really good day today, Richard Fahey, especially with some of his juveniles, obviously winning the Acomb, and also as well he had a double up at Carlisle, so his horses have been running well. This horse won the Brocklesby on his first ever start at Doncaster, and then he went off the boil a little bit after them, but his last couple of starts have been some good races, when he finished third in the Molecombe at Goodwood, and also as well he finished second in the Super Sprint at Newbury, so his form has come back to a pretty good level now, and I think if he replicates his runs he's definitely got to be in the mix tomorrow, and at 9-2 in places I think he's maybe worth a bit of a dirty each way bet, so that's going to be the selection there. The 3 o'clock is a very competitive wide open handicap, but I thought Firmanent had to have a chance here of going well. 12-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by David O'Meara, and Adam Kirby's but for the ride. This horse won the race back in 2016 and has finished third in the last 2 renewals. This season he's been running not too badly. He finished 6th in the Moët de Chonday handicap at Ascot last time out, when conditions were probably a little bit against him. Go back to his penultimate start, he won well at York in a nice handicap there, so he does well at York, and he's been in good form this season. I think tomorrow he's got to have a very good chance of being involved in the frame, so he's going to be the selection there. The Yorkshire Oaks, the feature race of the day, the Group 1, is the 3:35, and obviously got to go with an Ebor here, 2-7 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by John Gosden, Frankie Dettori. I don't think this is a betting race, and even on the length distance I don't really see anything good out there. I think I've seen an Ebor to win by 5 lengths or more at 2-1. I think that's a little bit too short. I would like to be maybe seeing that about 5-1 if I was getting involved there. But this horse, obviously, we know all about King George winner this year again, dual King George winner now. Also as well, she won the Eclipse on her first start back. This is a prep run going towards the Arc for her 3rd consecutive win in a row in that race in the autumn. She won this race very impressively when she was a 3-year-old back in 2017, so she shouldn't have any worries about the course. She's bomb-proof tomorrow, and she should be the one they've all got to beat, and I think it'll just be a procession tomorrow, even though she does face Magical, who did give a fair effort in defeat at Sandown. So that's going to be the selection there. The 4:15, the Henry Cecil Stakes listed race. I thought Hameem here, who's 8-1 with bookmakers at the moment, for John Gosden and Jim Crowley could go well. Won very impressively in a handicap at Kempton last time out by 5 lengths, and has had some good form earlier on in her career, and she's definitely worth a shot at black type now. John Gosden's stable have been in really good form, and they do very well with their fillies. And I just think at 8-1 tomorrow, this horse is a fair each way price in what it looks like a wide open race. So for me, Hameem is going to be the selection there. Probably my most strongest fancy of the day is in the last race, the fillies handicap, the 4:50, with a horse called Agincourt. Now this horse, Agincourt, is 14-1 with bookmakers at the moment. I think that's a cracking each way price. Trained by David O'Meara and Danny Tudhope's booked for the ride. Now if you've been following me for quite a while and you were following me back at the Dante meeting, we actually put this horse up to win at that meeting, and it did win. So that horse has done quite well for us at the past, and especially as well at the track. Go back to her last effort when she finished third in a listed contest at Pontefract. The form couldn't have worked out any better, because Billiston Brook of Richard Hannon, the former 1,000 guineas winner back in 2018, is actually franking that form as she went on to win at Glorious Goodwood the next time out. So the form has worked out very well, and Agincourt, of course, she likes a good draw as well in stall 7 tomorrow. And there's a lot to like about her chances, and for me, she's going to be my best bet and final bet of the day. So they're the 6 tips for tomorrow's horse race in action on the second day of the Ebor Festival. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more links to my work using my handle at LuckyLoaders15. And that's all I've got to say, so please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners on day 2 tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.